Hello and welcome to the beautiful online program Reflections, the series where we share stories that recharge and rejuvenate us. And today, the story that will be shared is titled Just Be Yourself. And to say about it, it's being yourself is being like a mirror or being like a river. You flow best when you don't try to be anything but what you naturally are, carving your own path through the world. And the greatest thing you can do is to simply be yourself in all your imperfect or beautiful glory. Such a beautiful title. And to share her experience on this, her story on this, we have Monika Kalra. Monika is a former educationist and currently works in the IT industry. Being based in Sydney, Australia, she has been teaching and practicing meditation with the Brahma Kumaris for the past 22 years and is very actively involved in a lot of various Brahma Kumari activities in Australia, as I know her. So, a very, very hearty welcome to the program, Monica. And we look forward to hearing your story about just being yourself. So, hearty welcome once again, and it's over to you.
Thank you, Sister Lata, for the warm welcome. And I'm really delighted and I'm really humbled to be present here and presenting this beautiful, I think it's a quote which is heard worldwide, just be yourself. And we keep hearing and we keep talking to ourselves about this many a times. But actually, the question is, do we just be ourselves, or we just keep changing according to what others say, what others think I should be? So it is very deep actually. Just be yourself does not stop us from learning, does not stop us from getting inspired by others, but it allows us to be just myself. And it is so beautiful to be just myself. I will tell you my childhood thinking. Whenever, when I was a child, I used to watch something on TV or media, and I used to think, I want to be like this. Another thing, I want to be like this. So I think that created, and I was greatly inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, many other leaders. And then, truth. So truth is very important virtue, and I was deeply inspired by Mahatma Gandhi on his value of truth. But what I found was that I took it so seriously that I lost my true self with that. And I was just flickering. Oh, I want to be like that. I want to be like that person. So I lost myself a little bit in that, what I mean to say with this. So being myself is actually actually looking into myself, going deep and seeing what I want, what my real values are, and what I can what I want to shift in my life, what I want to achieve in my life. I have my own story. I don't have to be like anyone else. Of course, we get inspired. We think, okay, we we like one quality of any person, and we think, I like to have this quality. I appreciate this. That is okay. But actually, when people say, okay, you be like that, you do like this, and we keep changing ourselves without, like, it's like a rolling stone, and it does not have any mass of its own. So we lose our own identity with that. We lose our beauty with that. The quote uh, which you stated in the beginning, that's really very, very beautiful. We have to accept ourselves with our imperfections as well. I would share some stories related to this, but before that, I would like to say being myself also involves acceptance, love for myself, accepting who I am with all my weaknesses and with all my strengths, and then moving on with learning, not trying to be someone else. Okay. And, when we do that, we actually explore our inner beauty. And in spirituality, I have also learned when I did Raj Yoga meditation course, everyone is unique. Every single person is unique. And we all, human beings, like a jigsaw puzzle in this world, in this universe, we are doing various things, different things. No one can imitate me. I cannot imitate others fully, like in terms of their story. So why to be anyone else? So that's really, really very, 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 I would say, courageous step to be just myself. Um, there was, there is a lady named Anita Mujani, and she is public speaker now, motivational speaker. She's from Hong Kong, and she had cancer and spread out in throughout her body, so cancer in her lymphs, and she actually was about to die when she was in the operating theater. She felt that she is out of body. She could see doctors, she could see her husband sitting outside in worry, and then she could at the same time see her brother in overseas, like running towards airport to come to visit her sister and see her in her last moments when doctors had said she is not going to live anymore. So she could see everything. And then what she realized was that she just went up in like it was a dome of light, and she saw very shining bright light, and she was embraced in the unconditional love in that light, and she calls that light to be God, the light of God. And she realized how she developed cancer by just not being herself, not loving herself, not accepting herself. And then she thought she still wants to live, and she wants to take care of her husband and her family. She came back in her body, and doctors could do successful surgery within few weeks. She was okay, like she went home in few days, and then within few weeks she was just just recovered. So this is the beauty of accepting myself and loving myself and being what I am. Whatever weaknesses I have, whatever I have, we just should accept ourselves. There is another story, um, so I was deeply inspired by Anita Murjani's story. You can find her on YouTube, and she wrote a book as well, Dying to Be Me. So she had to actually die to be herself. And um, we are very, very privileged that in this world of internet, of course, there is flood of information as well, but we should also celebrate that there is very useful information as well. There are so many encouraging beautiful stories as well. There is one story which I would like to refer to, another one. There was simple story. grass and tree, they are talking to each other. And grass is unhappy. Tree is so big, so strong. And tree is also unhappy. Tree is thinking grass is so flexible, so flexible. When strong wind comes, when there is a thunderstorm, there is like some damage to me, but grass remains undamaged. So both are talking to each other, right? And and we know that grass has its own positives and tree has its own positives, own benefits. Grass cannot be tree and tree cannot be grass. Tree, we need tree in this world and we need grass in this world. Both are different and both are unique. Similarly, each one of us, we all are very, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. So being myself is also exploring the real beauty within myself. I am beautiful. I have divine qualities. I have my own capabilities. I have my own strengths. I have my own shortcomings and weaknesses as well. And that's okay. Accepting that imperfection makes us perfect. Because until we accept our imperfections, we will be hollow. We will not be happy. We will not be satisfied. We will not be reflecting ourselves. We will not be carrying ourselves. So, to carry myself as I am with flexibility, with a sense of, with I should be able to learn as well. This being myself does not stop me from learning anything from anyone. It does not stop me from imbibing virtues which I see in others, but still I can be different. I have to allow myself to be different. And that's really, really very powerful. And I then own myself. I then move with power. I then move with confidence. I then move carrying me as my beautiful self. So, and people admire that, people appreciate that. If I try to be someone else, I'll be caught, you know, and people may not like it. I will not be able to reflect what I want to say, what I want to behave. And it's okay. It's okay. And, you know, a rolling stone, it just keeps rolling. It just keeps, someone kicks, okay, I'll be like that. Someone kicks from there, I'll be like that. And I lose myself. I lose the mass. In order to be myself, I have to really, really, really accept whatever I am, wherever I am, whoever I am, whosoever are my parents, whatever my job is, whatever my economic status is, whatever my social status is. The society is stratified into these fragments. Okay, this is low, this is high, this is this. Wherever I am, whatever I am, if I accept myself and then start growing, evolving from there, which is in accordance with my values, which is in accordance with my belief systems, and sometimes, you know, my true self will be divided into two things because there are conflicting belief systems within me. There are conflicting desires within me, which I have grabbed from here and there, and that causes a split within my personality. And I lose again my identity as myself. So I have to go deeper and find out. Maybe I have to challenge some of the belief systems I'm carrying, which are contradicting each other. Maybe I have to make shift in some of the rules. Maybe I have to evolve a bit in my skills. Maybe I have to learn a few things so that actually is in accordance with what I am and what I want to be, and not with what others think I should be. I have the right to be truly like me. And I don't think it's strength that I be like others want me to be. Again, respecting parents, respecting elders with all love and respect. Sometimes we get kicked by our parents, our elders. You have to be like that. You have to be like that. Learning manners does not stop me from being myself. Learning anything does not stop me from being myself. But ultimately, what I want to be, what I want to do, what I want to achieve, that's my choice. That's in accordance with what and how I want to live. So that's what I think. Being myself is really, really, really a great privilege. Otherwise, otherwise, I look something. I look someone else. You know, I'm not. When I look into the mirror, when I move into the society, I'm not carrying me. I'm not confident. So these are the drawbacks when I don't try to be just myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's beautiful to hear. Like, sometimes people try to be someone else. And a very interesting, like the story that you shared, it's about the connection of the mind and the body. Like,
Mm,
inside my feelings and emotions are different, then that has an effect on the body, and that may uh, come up as a disease or early illness.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
very recently, there was a conversation, and like was sharing, she said anger was the reason for her being anemic. Like she was quite weak and very, very thin. So she said it's
Okay.
not the body, but anger. So
Mm,
what are your thoughts on that? Is there a connection between the mind and body? And can
definitely.
we help ourselves in any way to recover?
Definitely. Definitely. I have found myself, a simple thing. When I'm trying to be someone else, what would my face look like? Will there be a confidence? What kind of, what will I carry? And whatever I'm thinking, that has deep impact on the hormones which secrete into my body. And if I'm confident, if I love myself, if I accept myself, whatever I'm thinking about myself is my own karma with myself. If I create good karma with myself, good will develop in my body as well. My thinking and what disease or what my body shape, whatever there is a deep relationship in everything, in my thinking, in my belief systems. So definitely mind is related. Yes.
Yeah, that's good to know. So at least there seems to be a solution, like to, check ourselves and see if there's a way we can heal ourselves in a better way. And
Yeah.
the thing that you were sharing about, like, in childhood, you were thinking, should I become like this one or should I become like that one? And then sometimes people become completely confused, uh, and
Mm,
sometimes to the level that they are, neither them nor anyone else. So,
true.
what would you suggest is like how can it be possible to accept ourselves easily?
Okay. I think First of all, if I start thinking that this is my life and I'm carrying few things from my past, and in present, if I accept and start to heal, then my present and will be impacted, and my future will be greatly impacted and will be different, and I'll be able to create what I want to create from my thinking. So, in order to be myself, the first thing is just accepting everything about me. Then all the clutter, which is there in my mind, gets quietened. And then there is a time, a pace, and strength for evolution and growth. Until I accept, then my mind will be busy in creating stories about non acceptance and then being like someone else. Someone appreciation and labels by someone, you know, those also make a huge impact on my personality. And I try to be like that in front of those persons, and someone else has a different perception of me, then automatically my personality changes in front of that person. And then that conflict mind sometimes is not able to, not sometimes, actually we don't come to know, mind is not able to accept, it's confused, and that becomes a hindrance in my growth. And we don't even know how that confusion creates knots within me, and those knots can lead to some other blockage and some other disease. So we really have to actually start accepting, because I am unique. Each one is unique. Each one has a unique story. There's no one else like me. No one else. Whether they are more, we think, whether they are less, we think, but I am unique. So we have to celebrate our uniqueness, I think.
It's beautiful. If I can quickly share, there was someone who was sharing his story about him being like a different person with a different group. So
Mm.
maybe it was a certain set of friends, and he used to behave with them in a certain way so that it feels like he's in that group. And there was another group in which he behaved completely differently because he thought he will gel well in that way in that group. So it seemed like he was two different people in two different places. And one day, what happened is suddenly both those groups came at the same spot, maybe in a cafe or somewhere. And then he was confused. How should he behave? Because he
Mm.
was used to behaving in two different ways. So that was his realization point to feel that it's better to just be the way he is rather than, trying to please them in different
Yeah,
situations.
yeah, yeah, that's true. You know, playing different roles as a mother, as a sister, as an employee, as a team leader, as whatever, I will have to, of course, behave little differently. But that does not mean I lose myself, my real character, and all that. I can still be united and integrated rather than fragmented in bit, like within me. So that integration creates a beauty, a deep beauty within me. And then I don't need any makeup. Then I don't makeup of any kind. It's not the facial makeup. It's like makeup of my nature. I'm making up in front of them. I'm making up something different in front of some other group, like you just shared. Then I'm just natural, fearless.
So beautiful. And do you think meditation plays a role in helping us become like that or change
Definitely,
ourselves in a way?
definitely. No, we all hear about positive affirmations, right? That is that is also the beginning, I would say, of meditation. We are focusing on a kind of thoughts, and those thoughts, when enter in my mind, they take a place in my subconscious mind, and then with that, neural pathways start to generate new habits, new thinking start to generate, and wherever there was a conflict, wherever I was not being able to accept myself, that's that's where I have to touch my mind in my meditation. So yes, meditation helps, but then what you want to achieve in meditation, what you want to talk about in that meditation, you have to focus on that. It's like, if I'm deficient in vitamin D, then iron is not going to help me. So that is like, if I am wanting to love myself, to be myself and accept myself, then my meditation should be accordingly. It should fulfill that, fill up that gap within me. So that's how when we have to meditate, then we have to be very, very careful what I am meditating on. And I know myself more than anyone else. So I know what exactly I need when I sit quietly with myself. And that's where I pick up what I need. And then I can develop my meditation commentary and my meditation needs accordingly and fill up the gap.
That's beautiful. And as you're speaking about meditation, I think it would be very ideal if you could lead us into a experience through speaking a meditation commentary. If that's okay too.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, let's meditate. Let's meditate on just being myself. So just sit back and relax. And try to focus on your inner being. The little child inside. Maybe that child is not very happy, is crying because I'm trying to be someone else and not listening to that child. So the first step in meditation would be talking to yourself and trying to find out what actually I need. As I don't know what is needed by different people, but I know love and acceptance is the key for the self. So my meditation commentary will be on loving and accepting myself to be just myself. So let's focus on that. I may be dark, I may be fat, I may be thin, I may be poor. Whatever I am, wherever I am, in whatever situation I am, it is okay. Because that situation, that mental state, wherever I am, is going to help me in being truly what I am. I'm so much thankful to be what I am. I embrace my uniqueness. I love myself. I love the way I look. I love the way I speak. I love the way I walk, and I love the way I work. Whether perfect or imperfect, I accept everything, just everything. Unimpacted by the labels from others which I don't like, and really connecting with my true self. I am able to see the real beauty within me. In this continuum, everyone is different, and it's okay. It's okay to have some weaknesses. It's okay if I have done some mistakes. It's okay if I don't know many things. It is okay. I love myself as I am. And I be as I am. I can still learn. I can still grow. I can still evolve. At present, whatever I am, I accept that beautifully, gratefully, happily. My true beauty is reflected by what I think about myself. So from today, I think high of myself. I think I am a beautiful child of my parents, and I am a beautiful being born in this world to do some beautiful, unique tasks. And the fact is that the Supreme Soul, the Almighty Authority, accepts us the way we are. Self-forgiveness is another thing which I need to incorporate in my life, because we do many mistakes. And it's okay. We don't have to carry the guilt, the shame, and the feeling of that mistake. If I learn and forgive myself, I start to reflect my true self. From today, I make some time to talk to myself, to give special love to myself. For that, I don't need to go for shopping. I don't need to pamper myself by buying things. I need to pamper myself by accepting the past, and accepting what I am, who I am.
So much. Thank you for all the stories you have shared today, your learnings and wisdom, and also leading us into this beautiful experience. So it's good to learn how to think uh, on a particular topic and how it can give you a different feeling and an experience. So thank you for this beautiful meditation.
Thank you so much for having me and giving me this opportunity to share what I have learned with everyone. Thank you so much.
And I would also like to thank our viewers for joining in. And if you would like to know more about us, please do visit our website www.brahmakumaris.org.au. All the details of our centers, retreat centers, and all the programs we do is all listed on the website. So you're welcome to visit us or any of your local centers. So thank you once again, and start being yourself and take care of yourself. Thank you. And we'll see you again with another interesting episode. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Om Shanti.